Suzuki has always been in a place where they find themselves making such a good product that there really is no reason for them to change anything. We see that in the Raider series, even in their cars like with the Jimny line. It's like they're in a suspended state for a time for some of their products. Sure, they do facelifts here and there, and that's about it. This is double-edged in the sense that some people may get impatient for something new, while some other people might appreciate just how timeless and durable Suzuki can get with their technology. We are now in that same situation with the latest from Suzuki. We'll take a closer look to find out why. This, folks, is the Suzuki GSX S1000GT.
Is your muffin buttered? Would you like us to assign someone to butter your muffin? Excuse me?
What?
Excuse me?
What?
Hey you, over there, on the chaise longue in your underwear. What are you doing sitting down?
You should be horizontal now.
Off the bat, what we get from the naked version of this is essentially the same, from the chassis, electronics, and the engine. Now that's a good thing because I hold the naked version of this bike in such high regard. The K5 engine we have here is the creme de la creme and simply one of Suzuki's best work to date, despite it, check this out, it being 16 years old. That's how good it is. It's reliable, it's peppy, it sounds great, and it's just indestructible. We got that really awesome 999cc inline-4 liquid-cooled engine. It is Euro 5 compliant nowadays. 150 horses for this one. More than enough for a good chunk of people. Improvements, according to the manufacturer, is the ride-by-wire. It's more acute, it's smoother, and you will be getting more action in the mid-range this time around. More oomph in the mid-range rev band. It has a slip assist clutch and a quick shifter. Many goodies here for rider aids and safety. We have traction control, 5 stages of that, which you can completely get rid of if you are that type of rider. Again, mind you, this Suzuki is a beast, so make sure you know what you're doing if you're gonna do away with traction control on a ride. Of course, we have ABS and your usual rider modes. The GSX S1000GT has a new subframe. We have mounts for panniers for touring. GT generally stands for Grand Touring. It's what this bike is for. You go upright with lots of options to go the distance. Suspension, we have KYB forks at the front, fully adjustable of course. What I got was tuned for on-road, which I appreciated. Yes, this can take on some very light trails, it being adjustable, but there are better bikes suitable for that, like the V-Strom. Rear suspension can be adjustable only for damping and preload. Tank capacity, we are at 19 liters with the GT going about 20-21 kpl. This can give you some meaningful distance between gas ups. Brakes, we got Brembos. And now. So what makes this a GT apart from the riding position? Well, we have rubber-mounted pegs, rubber-mounted bars, cruise control, a beautiful 6.5 TFT display. Now, plus points to Suzuki here, this is a legit, really good quality TFT display which you can link with your phone. One of the things that caught my attention with this bike is how it looks. This is where Suzuki deviated from something very Suzuki-esque. So while yes, it's the same chassis, engine, and electronics somewhat, in the looks department, it's fresh. It's a total makeover, if you will. And actually, a very bold move for Suzuki. The only thing common with other Suzuki designs would be the color. The blue, of course, is very Suzuki. The Suzuki GSX S1000GT. I've been riding around town with this bike, and I must say at this point, this is just one of my favorite bikes for the year that came out in 2023. Napakahirap ng pintasin. It's full-on Suzuki. Engine is there, that Japanese build, that whole feel. It's Suzuki. Alam mo yung pakiramdam ng Suzuki, solid, tigas, brusco, talagang bombastic. And you know how I always say walang perfectong motor? I'm just gonna start with a little caprichohan thing. I'm just gonna nitpick. Just nitpick here. Yun lang, yun lang. What I mean is the key. If there's anything that is not exciting with this bike, it would be the key. And again, I'm telling you, kagaya na sinabi ko, caprichohan lang po ito. Everything about the bike is primo and exciting and everything. I'm just nitpicking. I mean, I'm expecting with this level of a bike, the key would be, I don't know, folding, going in and out, or it would have keyless. It would have like a transponder or something. But this is as plain as can be. Quite the contrast compared to what this bike can do. And again, I'm just nitpicking. This in no way, shape, or form is taken away from the performance of this bike, right? I'm just saying the key could be better. Now, let's show you the intro right away. Nasan muna natin para mas ma-appreciate natin tong TFT display natin. And I will show you the intro of the GSX S1000GT. Okay, here we go. Our TFT display. Look at that intro, that iconic S, Suzuki logo, and boom, here we are. So, how to access the pages of our TFT display. It's going to be on your left handlebar. This is going to be okay for enter, back, up, down to scroll, you know. It's got all your usual details, trip 1, trip 2, gasoline, odometer, speedometer, that stuff. Hitting okay. Those are our modes that you want to get into. If you want to explore more, just hit up or down so you can see all the other goodies that you can get. And resetting. So traction control 1, you can actually turn off your traction control. Hit up, down, and the level of protection 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 5, and then hit OK. And then you can also fiddle around with that, on, off, and you got your modes. You can hit B, C, all in this page. So very, very easy to do. So one of the things that I absolutely love about this bike is how it sounds. Check this out. That is as Suzuki can get. And that is as Japanese can get. That response. Like, wow, I don't want to piss off the neighbors, but you have the idea. Tires, we have Dunlops, really nice tires. Dunlops have been criticized to be quite on the softer side, hence you're gonna be wearing it down faster, but it grips really, really well. It's a trade-off. Check out the horn. And for our lights, this is where I'm digging the new approach of Suzuki with these things. Yeah, for me, this is new for Suzuki, well, with what I've seen the previous year, so I appreciate that. And if you're hitting the headlights, it's going to be the other one right there. It's a nice touch with that. For our signal, also LED. And our brakes for the rear, LED as well. In terms of the bike itself, I don't know, man, it's just so hard to complain. It's just a proper, no frills, like, you know, let's just get it on bike. You know, this is a bike that's saying, hey, ride me, let's get out there, let's have fun, let's enjoy. In terms of quality, everything is awesome. Nothing here is cheap. How the hoses are laid out, this is Japanese build quality, like way up there. What I would do with a bike like this, well, I have no plans to having a pillion rider, so I'm gonna take this out, clean up the rear even more with minus this. I think the exhaust is fine where it is right now. It's still clearing up our rear wheel. I'm still a fan of shocks hidden under the seat, like so, because it just clears this part up really well. And I like how it's just like, like this part is hanging. Some of the points that I think would be good for improvement in terms of, this is a sport touring bike. Adjustability of the windscreen on the fly, like a adjustment lever here going up or down. Or if not that, maybe a lot of aftermarket. I haven't researched on the aftermarket windscreens, but it would help for those who just want to go out there for longer periods. I think a lot of options for that would be great. Apart from that, and the key, this is a bike wherein you're just gonna buy it, turn it on, and do it. So this one, it's ready for your USB gadget. And I also would like to commend the quality of this rubber that is covering this. This is obviously, I can already tell it can take on the weather, any downpour I can imagine. This is nice and thick rubber. Also, it's under the windscreen, so rain won't really get to it, even if it's a downpour. So yeah, this is a well thought out bike. Very nice. Man, this is a bike I wouldn't mind owning at all. I mean, if hard-earned money would go somewhere in this segment with this engine size, with the type of performance that the GSX S1000GT is giving, I would say I'd put my money here. Pretty good job here. If I want to try this in the racetrack, this would be awesome in Clark. So yes, the Suzuki GSX S1000GT has all the bells and whistles. It's got power, it's comfortable, but what I'm digging about this release is the attention Suzuki is giving to the sport touring category. There are not that many around with this power. Others that would be comparable would be more of adventure bikes. Now we have plenty of those, but sport tourers in its pure traditional form, there aren't many around. So what is Suzuki doing right with this bike? It made it the definition of what a sports tourer is supposed to be and built it for all of us to enjoy, using what works in their arsenal. My time with it yielded an aggressiveness in riding you'll find in sport bikes in a very comfortable position to tour the country. With my height, handlebar distance is just right, I get the legroom I need and leg angle for long distances. It's a great sport touring machine, and Suzuki nailed it. Walang perpektong motor. We always say that, and some improvements apart from the key, an IMU cornering ABS I think would be awesome, cornering traction control, and a Suzuki app so we can take even a closer look at what the engine is doing. I think that would be great. Also maybe add a center stand. That would be good for touring bikes. I mean, you never know. You might need an oil change during a trip. Also, I wish they would have incorporated the side panniers with a cost. I think it would be also a good thing for the manufacturer side if you think about it, because you're not giving the rider a chance to buy other branded panniers, right? Let's keep it Suzuki all the way. And again, that adjustable windscreen. Apart from that, Suzuki is poised to dominate the sport touring segment. They have something that works and have transformed it into something still very relevant and enjoyable today. SRP is 815,000 worth it pesos. Enjoy this bike for years to come because in my opinion, this is so far Suzuki's #1 bike in terms of build, reliability, power, and comfort. This is Zach from Makinamoto Features. Ciao.